Hello Capricorns and welcome back to my channel. This is Awaken Healings with Jess. I'm here to bring you your general reading for April. Yes, I can't believe it's already April. It's Aries season. We've got that great fire energy behind us. It's sort of igniting some of our creative juices and creating a call to action of sorts with our projects that we're working on. Now that we all have time on our hands, it's time for us to get busy with some of the things that we've been meaning to work on and things, turning our hobbies into maybe more than a hobby for some of you. So yeah. Plus we have a beautiful full moon in Libra happening tomorrow on the 7th of April. That's the pink moon. It's also a super full moon. So this is all about really calling in the energy to balance, bringing ourselves to balance with what's going on in our lives. You know, we've been home for a while. We've had a few weeks to sort of settle into this new normal, new way of living. And this moon, the Libra full moon, is going to help us do that. So before I get started, I am using the Good Tarot as our tarot deck. Have your Celtic cross already spread out and meditated upon. And let's go ahead and get started with the energy at the bottom of the deck. It is the Six of Water. Okay, feeling nostalgic, feeling the past, living in the past, looking towards the past, or it could be someone returning from the past. Yeah, I get the sense that right now with everything that's going on, that many of you Capricorn are looking to the past. Well, this is how it used to be. This is how I used to do things. Okay, cool, but no more, right? So with this massive shift in socializing, in living, you know, because of this pandemic, how we used to do things back then, there's some things that can apply. It depends on how far back in the past you're looking. So if you're looking back to the 80s, there's a lot of things that can apply today, just because, you know, life was different in the 80s. It was slower. It was more contact, more communication, more time at home, right? Because we didn't have FaceTime. You know, we didn't have cell phones. It was like, okay, well, we're home. You go to school, then you do your sport, then you come home and you're kind of home, you know, and you went outside and you played with your friends right there in your neighborhood, or you were on the phone having conversations with people, not texting, not emojis, not Snapchatting or TikTok or whatever's going on. It was real connection, real communication. I feel like if you're feeling nostalgia about that, that's what's kind of coming back in vogue, so to speak, right now. But I also do get the sense that there's a lot of nostalgia about what life was like just before the pandemic, you know, going to work, having the kids go to school, having a social life, you know, going to restaurants, going to bars, being out, going to events, going to concerts, getting in your car and going away for weekend travel, you know, weekend getaway, flying on a plane, all that, you know. So I feel like there's a lot of backwards looking, a lot of reflecting on the past. Again, people from the past are resurfacing for a variety of reasons, and I do get the sense that this pandemic is sort of bringing everybody up and out of their shells to start making those connections. Maybe for a variety of reasons. It could be maybe some of you know people who are ill, right? And it's just people coming out from isolation, or, you know, we do get busy with our own little bubbles. We're coming out of our bubbles to start making those human connections. Say, hey, how you doing? Hey, I heard you're sick. Are you better? Can I help you? What can I do for you? Or it's just, you know, like, hey, how are you faring? You know, I haven't heard from you in a while. It's been a few years. I'm home. Got nothing but time on my hands. How are you doing? Let's catch up. So there's a lot of that too. And then for those who unfortunately are dealing with the difficult situation of losing a loved one to this virus, you know, it is bringing out a lot of people from the past say, gosh, I'm sorry, my condolences. So there's a lot of the past coming up to the surface right now. Good, bad, or indifferent, but it's coming up. And that's what this pandemic is meant to do on a certain level. So if you haven't already done so, check out my weekly woke messages. I release them around Sundays for the week. I've released at least 2 with big spiritual messages specifically about this pandemic, specifically about what's going on here. So I don't want to go into too much detail with this reading. I'm going to let you check out those videos. A lot of those messages I received through shamanic journeying. I am a shamanic practitioner. If for those of you who are unaware, check out my website. I just launched that, awakenhealings.org. It goes into a little bit of my bio, how I got into this line of work, and the services that I do provide. So, without further ado, let's get into your reading. So again, the past is very much in your present right now, Capricorn. So just give me a moment to flip the cards and check in with your energy. Okay. Here. Seeing a lot of 8s, transformation. Oh yeah, there's the Tower. Yeah. Yeah, okay. At least 3 8s on the ground. Okay. Yes. So, Capricorn, you are being represented by the Moon card in reverse. This is the card of Pisces. When the Moon comes in reversed, this is about you releasing illusions. So I feel like, again, with the past so strongly in your present right now, Capricorn, I feel like that you're releasing illusions and delusions about the past, and you're now seeing things clearly. I feel like lessons from the past are resurfacing right now, and you're like, oh yes, I get it now. I now see clearly what that meant. I see clearly where I was in my own way, and I see clearly which direction I need to go in and how to proceed. So I feel like a lot of that is clearing up for you. When the Moon card comes in upright, this is, you know, the Moon always represents intuition, but when it's upright, it's about secrets. It's illusion, things not seeming what they seem or what they appear to be, right? With this reverse, all that fogginess, all that smoke and mirrors is going away, and you're starting to see things clearly. Your intuition is increasing. You're getting into more spiritual alignment. You're trusting your gut. You're trusting your emotions. You're listening to your dreams. Pay attention to your dreams, because right now this is a very heightened time period for many of us. We're all being called to up-level ourselves and to upgrade in some shape, form, or fashion. And you're gaining the clarity that you need on how to proceed with that, okay? Especially with the past resurfacing. Crossing you is the 3 of Earth, upright. Yes, I feel like this is community coming in. This is people. This is your soul tribe. I feel like there's a lot of assistance around you to help clear through the fogginess of illusion, to really start to see things clearly and maybe offer you assistance, maybe offer you ideas of new direction, maybe a shift in careers when everything is said and done, when all of this settles. I feel like the past is here to embrace you and to support you in some shape, form, or fashion. Again, I mean, when we started this reading, there was a lot coming out of the 6 of water. A lot of messages. So there's a lot for you there, a lot to unpack. And I feel like it's time for you to sort of face the truth about the past, maybe really make amends with the past in order for you to move forward. This is part of your healing process. And again, we all have time on our hands to do so. Time to heal, time to reconcile, time to have those conversations, time to just face it so you can move on with clarity, with an open heart, and with a clear mind and a clear conscience, right? Yeah. So, foundational to your reading is the Eight of Air, anxiety. This is self-imposed anxiety. So Eight of Air is synonymous with the Eight of Swords card in the regular Rider-Waite. And that's depicted by a woman with a blindfold and her hands tied behind her back, but she has 8 swords in a semicircle around her. She's not fully imprisoned. It's a false imprisonment. That's usually self-generated. So Eight of Air is coming in. This is foundational to your reading, and I feel like this is giving you anxiety and you're overthinking a lot of things. Again, the past is in the present for you right now, Capricorn. You've got a lot of people around you, a lot of people to lean on, a lot of people to assist you with your thinking, you know, to help maybe talk things out, you know, maybe share some ideas, use people as sounding boards, but you don't have to go this alone. You're not alone in this at all. You know, even for those of you who live alone and we're all social distancing in our homes and we're physically by ourselves, you're not alone. You've got a connection. You've got a soul network, a social network around you. One phone call away, one text message away, one DM message away, Zoom, all that. There's ways to connect, all right? But you have to allow the help to help you, all right? And just, you don't get so overwhelmed about what the past, you know, is doing right now, because it is here. And, you know, it's here to serve a purpose, you know, in your lifetime right now. And it's meant to teach lessons, and it's meant to expand you. And, you know, this is going to help you move forward in the future when the economy opens up, when we all go back to work, when the kids go back to school, you know, all of that, when we're finally able to get out of our houses and be in society. So this is a perfect time for you to release a lot of that. In your recent past, 8 of Earth. Yes, this is a lot of work on yourself. I feel like you did a lot of healing work on yourself. I feel like you did a lot of self-improvement. I feel like you also threw yourself into work itself and just focused on work projects, maybe worked overtime. You were busy. You were very, very busy, Capricorn, and I think you did that as a method of escapism. But now that we're all home and we're not so busy, we're alone with our thoughts. It's just us and our thoughts. And, you know, the past, like I said, is very much here in your present right now, Capricorn. So I feel like this is a time for you to really apply all the healing and the self-work that you've done on yourself so far. Apply that to the current situation at hand, so that way it'll help you deal with the past, reconcile with it, make peace with it as you need to, so you can evolve and move forward with a clear conscience. Okay? Yeah, but this is a lot of work, a lot of self-work, a lot of self-healing there. On your mind's eye, King of Fire. So this this is a fire energy. Maybe some of you are dealing with a fire sign, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. Maybe a fire sign has reversed themselves out of your lives. But if you're embodying the characteristics of the King of Fire reversed, they are very angry. They're very angry individuals. When it's reversed, it's someone who is frustrated, who lashes out, who will just say what they need to say out of anger, out of passion, out of impulsiveness, and it doesn't matter who, you know, how their words fall on the recipient. They're going to say what's on their mind. And I get the sense that this is you, Capricorn. Maybe there is a lot of frustration that you're venting, that you're airing out, and you're trying to gain the upper hand and gain control and maintain control of a situation, but you're feeling out of control. You're feeling like you don't have dominance over a situation, and maybe you feel like you should have dominance. Maybe you should feel like you should have better control of the situation at hand, of your participation in the situation, you know? So there's this frustration. I'm seeing that this is frustration. This is, you're trying to be a leader, you're trying to control it, but it's not going the way you want it. At least that's what's going on in your mind. You're just feeling out of control, and it's frustrating the hell out of you. All right? Yeah. Because normally when the King of Fire is upright, they're visionaries. They're very charismatic. They have the ability to lead people, to bring them on board with the strategic vision, the big picture. And they're not the ones doing the work. They're inspiring others around them to do the work on their behalf. They delegate, they assign tasks. You do that, you do that, you do that, and then you let me know how it's going. And I won't accept no for an answer, and failure is not an option. That's the King of Wands, King of Fire in the upright. When they're reversed, when it comes in reverse, none of that is happening. No one is feeling inspired. People are feeling micromanaged. The king is feeling out of control. They're not able to they don't have a good solid grip on the situation. They may not have the vision, the strategic vision clearly communicated, because they probably don't know what it is. So there's just a lot of that. They're out of sorts, and if they're out of sorts, they're giant assholes. So watch your temper. Words have power. Words can hurt, and they can't be taken back. So be very careful with that, okay, Capricorn? Woosah. Woosah. All right? In the near future, 8 of Water, you are walking away from things that no longer serve you. Yeah, you're like, all right, there's a reason why the past is here. The past is here for you to deal with it, to heal it, to get over it, and to move on. You are moving on to greener pastures. You're moving on towards your 9th cup, towards your wishes being fulfilled, your goals, hopes, and dreams. You're going in pursuit of that. And that's why you're walking away from the 8 of Cups, because you know there's bigger and better for you out there. You're leaving the past in the past. You're going to reconcile with it. You're going to mend it. You're going to package it up, heal it, forgive it, do what you got to do with the past. Again, it could be people or a person or a situation, right? Or whatever energy, whatever the past means for you, you're going to resolve that situation. And then you're going to move towards your 9 of Cups in pursuit of your 9th cup. Yeah? Okay. How you view yourself, 5 of Earth. Yeah, you're coming back from inside the cold, from out of the cold. You're no longer feeling left out. You're no longer feeling like you're lacking in finances, lacking in friendship, lacking in spirituality. I feel like you're coming back to yourself. You're coming back from the cold. It's time for you to it's time for you to reconcile with your past. It's time for you to face that music and heal it so you can move forward. But you are coming back in from the cold, or you're allowing someone or something to come back in from the cold. Doesn't mean you're letting them in your life, but they're here momentarily so you all can talk, so you can dialogue, so you can resolve whatever that situation is that needs to be resolved. Because once you do that in your environment, tower moment, transformation. You have 3 8s on the ground. You have the 8 of Air, 8 of Earth, 8 of Water, and boom, the Tower. All that, 8s represent change and transformation. The Tower is all about transformation. This is huge. This is big. This is what's happening to you right now. So yes, allow the Tower to come in, allow it to cleanse, break down anything that's not meant for your highest good. It has a cleansing, purifying effect, has a renewing, rejuvenating effect on you, and it's going to be in divine timing, divine order, and for your highest good. So breathe with it, surrender with it, allow the Tower to cleanse, which means removing people, persons, situations, energy, opportunities, things that just weren't quite working for you, or that were not going to be in the best interest of your highest good. That's the purpose of this Tower. All right. Hopes and fears is 7 of Earth. It's time for you to make some decisions. It's time for you to really take a look at where you've been, take a look at what you've harvested up to this point, and make some decisions. Are you happy with what you sowed? If not, what are you going to do differently going forward? How are you going to tweak your future plans to yield the harvest that you want? So remember, the Seven of Earth in the regular Rider-Waite tarot deck is depicted by a man looking at a harvest, like a pile of 8 pumpkins, right? It's like a pumpkin patch where there's like seven pumpkins, right? And he's looking like, all right, I just harvested this crop. Here's my harvest, here's my bounty. Am I satisfied with it? Yes, cool. Do it again, right? But if not, and most of us aren't, most of us be like, okay, that's nice. Here's what I want to do differently, or here's what I would have liked to have seen happen. And I feel like with the Seven of Earth coming in, that's the angle you're taking is, here's what I would have liked to have seen, or here's what I want to happen next. So in order to get different results, you have to change your course of action. So what are you going to do? And that's what this Tower moment is here to do, Capricorn. It's here to change your trajectory, change your plans, change your action, all right? Because once you allow this to happen, you're going to harvest a new crop. You're going to have a new bounty. And if you allow that to happen, you're going to be very happy. Your outcome is the King of Water. Someone who's very imbalanced, not only intellectually, but intuitively and with their heart. The King is someone who has mastered their emotions and who's very diplomatic with how they express their feelings. They employ equal parts logic, intellect, and love in their message. They're not afraid to speak their hearts, speak from within. They're not afraid to be vulnerable, but it is a good balance of logic and intuition. Yeah? So this is someone who's done the work, who's mastered themselves, who's mastered their soul, I feel like. And Capricorn, this is your outcome if you allow all this to take place. The Tower moment, releasing the past, healing the past, and changing trajectory with how you're going to do business in the future. This collectively, these 3 cards, if I can show them correctly. The Tower, the 5 of Earth, and the 7 of Earth will bring you this, the King of Water. Okay? Yeah, so that is a lovely reading for you all. Let's go ahead and check in with the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck. I'm going to also pull from the Goddess of the Moon Oracle and pull a Sacred Earth as well. Let's see, how are we on time? Okay, we're still pretty good. All right. Capricorn, there we go. Okay, so your first card is coming in from the Sacred Rebels deck. It is the card of receiving. I feel like this is about receiving the gift of the divine, receiving the essence of spirit, right? And I feel like it's going to come through with this Tower moment. This Tower is going to bring a lot of clarity to you. It's going to bring a lot of healing energy to you. It may not be easy. It may feel challenging and difficult, but it's time for you to surrender and to receive the gift of spirit, to get yourself into alignment in order to prepare you for your next phase, your next chapter. All right. And I love this card. I love how she's just sort of drinking this essence, right? The essence of spirit, and it's just sort of enveloping who she is, you know? Yeah. Your next card is coming in from the Goddess of the Moon Oracle deck, and it's the card of realization in reverse. So there's some things that you still have to come to terms with, things that you have to realize. And I feel like this is happening for you right now with the past coming back to you. I feel like there's a lot of things that still need to be said, resolved, worked through in order for you to feel ready to walk through this portal into your next phase. It's an up-leveling. You're coming out of the dark and into the light. But in order for you to step into the light, in order for you to receive that clarity, there's a lot of healing and a lot of resolving the past that needs to take place. Okay? Yeah, and your last card is coming in from the Sacred Earth Oracle, and it's repetition. And I feel like this is a cautionary card. I feel like this is saying, hey, be sure you don't repeat the past. Be sure you don't repeat the mistakes of the past. Because if you do, it's a cycle. Repetition. You're going to repeat the same thing over and over in your next phase. And you're definitely at a point where you're ready to make that change, right? And we're seeing that with the Seven of Earth. Because that's what the Seven of Earth is all about. It's like, all right, here's my harvest. Here's what I have to show for 2019. Am I happy with it? So, okay. How can you improve upon it? What do you need to do differently? And you make those changes and you yield a different crop in 2020, right? And right now those seeds are being planted and they're growing, right? And those seeds are your dreams, your intentions, what it is that you're trying to manifest. And we'll see what you manifest in 2020. But if you don't change your game plan, if you don't change your strategy, all you're going to do is continue to repeat the same cycles, same mistakes. You're going to get involved with the same type of people. You know, maybe you broke up with someone, but maybe you have a type that you date. It's time for you to change that type, right? Feminines, maybe some of you like the bad boy type. Maybe some of you like those who are emotionally unavailable because they're exciting, so hard to get. But you know what? They don't love you the way that you need to be loved. They're not giving you what you need. And what are you doing? Crying over the same sob story, the same breakup story. Masculines, maybe you're stuck on a certain type. Maybe you're going for someone who's too young for you. Why? Because they're easy. They're easy up here, and they're uncomplicated. Maybe you've got to date someone who's your age, or maybe a year or two older than you, who will challenge you, who will stretch you, and who will appreciate you. They will require you to man up, to really step into your masculine presence and to be the man that you're meant to be and love that woman the way she's meant to love you and vice versa, right? That relationship will be a relationship of substance, of equal wits. You know, you're matching each other. It's going to be a good thing for you. So keep that in mind, right? That's just an example. So you don't want to repeat the past mistakes. You don't want to keep repeating the same patterns in life. The idea is to change, to grow and evolve. So that way you can find true bliss and happiness, right? I think so. All right, so let's go ahead and check in with feminines and masculines using the Pure Love Oracle and see what's going on with love during this pandemic. So I usually pull 2 cards for the masculine and 2 for the feminine. Okay. So masculine would like to share to his feminine, please forgive me. We are not good for each other right now. Okay. And feminine would like to say, we have such a strong bond, but we need to wait for better conditions. Yeah. Okay. So I get the sense that this couple is in agreement that together they're not good for one another. It's just not the right timing. Things are off. The connection is off. I do get the sense, Capricorn, it's time for you to put this to bed, put this in the past, resolve it, heal it, and move on, because you are going in search of something bigger and better with this 8 of water. You are leaving the past in the past. You're moving on in search of your 9th cup. What or who is your 9th cup? What or who is your wish fulfilled? Right? So that's what you're doing in the very near future, Capricorn. And I think it's time for you to not settle for anything less than what you deserve or who you deserve for both parties. We all have, it is our birthright to be happy on this earth and in this lifetime. So go find that person that's going to bring you joy, love, and happiness. Okay? Because they're out there. They're out there. You just have to go find them. All right, so let us go ahead and look at the Nature's Whispers, and then we'll go ahead and conclude with an angel message. And yeah, we'll go ahead and leave it right there. Ooh, that came out quick. Okay, so Capricorn, Nature's Whispers. Make a wish. Make a wish. What is your 9th cup? What are you walking towards? Again, you're walking away from things, situations, past issues, energy, people, karma that no longer serve you. And you're going in pursuit of your 9th cup. All you got to do is make that wish. Follow your heart, follow your intuition, and that is what's going to lead you to your 9th cup. Wish fulfillment. Okay. And your angel message is coming in from Archangel Gabriel. You have an important life purpose involving communication and the arts. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. I will help you. Okay. Some of you are musicians, some of you are artists, some of you are painters, sculptors, woodworkers, bakers, cooks, chefs. Art comes in many shapes, forms, and fashions. Filmmakers. Yeah. So, it's time to get cracking. Follow your intuition, follow your heart, follow what's going to make you happy. Allow the tower to change this environment and to put you on the right path towards your destiny. All right, so Capricorn, that's all I have for you right now. Please comment below. Let me know how all these messages resonated with you. Please give this video a thumbs up. Please click the bell if you haven't subscribed already. Thank you to all my supporters. I wouldn't be here without you. And please check out my website, awakenhealings.org, if you'd like to work with me further. All right, take care, stay safe, stay inside, and we'll see you soon. Take care. I love y'all. Bye.